Childlike Empress.
And I'm Neorin.
And
2019.
it's April already. Okay, guys. Basics are basically this is a love reading, but it still is also a general reading, so it may or it may not resonate with you. But if it does, just give us a like. You know, that's cool. All right. So the way that we do things is we shuffle the cards. We place them for time because we like to actually discuss what it is that we see instead of just throwing out scenarios. You know, we try to agree for the most part. Um, for you guys, we kind of saw it both ways. We didn't necessarily disagree, but we just saw one was the other person and
One
one
was
was you.
right.
So that's kind of how we came to it with your spread. Yeah, I'm not gonna be one of those people that spend all the time fixing the cards, but man, I'm messing them up pretty bad. Okay. So for you guys, just so you know how the spread works, this is your headspace, which is the top part, the way that you think about the situation. I'm gonna say that it's you because that's how I read it. In your heart space, this is how you feel, okay, about the situation. And then in your foot space, right here, I'm gonna place these to the side just so you can see them. This is what you're gonna do. Your foot space is what you're gonna do, or also what motivates you. Okay.
Okay, and this is the past,
And
the
then this is the
present
present,
row,
right?
and then the future row, and this is the outcome card.
Right. So our rows
It
are
also
head,
serves
heart,
as your
feet,
overall energy.
and our columns are past, present, and future. And then
And then we have advice cards we pulled.
of course, yep. Sorry, I forgot about these pretty watery little dead. These are your orals. They tell you what advice basically the cards are saying for you. Okay. So with that being said, let's get started.
So actually, before we start, I just want to go ahead and for the people who like to hear about the signs,
Oh, yep.
I'm just gonna go ahead and read it.
Characters.
I actually don't see too many signs in here. I see water sign,
Mm-hmm.
which is obviously Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Judgment, Scorpio again, but it
Mm-hmm.
can also be sometimes it comes up to me as a Sagittarius card,
Yep.
so you could be dealing with the Sagittarius. That's basically the set of the Judgment
Mm-hmm. Judgment
again.
again.
So that's it. That's
Taurus, Sagittarius. Excuse me. Leo, Taurus, Aquarius,
Scorpio.
Scorpio. So you guys are in here. This is all about you. You're fighting with yourself.
Yes.
Your outcome is the Five of Wands, which has to do with some type of inner conflict, even though I think it's outer conflict too. Um, I just feel like it's outer conflict because these are events with the Ace of Wands. That's not internal. That's external opportunities coming to you. So we'll just show you what it is that we see. Okay. Even though there is some inner conflict with the Two of Swords here, and I gotta say, you know how with the Taurus videos, it was always that damn Five of Cups was in there. Always in Taurus video. Okay, well for you guys, it's always the Two of Swords. So being of two minds, that's Lady Arwen giving us her typical "Why are you doing tarot card videos?" whine. No, you want to go play again? You want to start to
Okay.
play?
No, she's gonna have to just deal with it for a few minutes.
Just for a few minutes, guys. Give us 10 minutes of your time, and then me and Lady Arwen and we're out. Okay. So what we're seeing here, especially with the Five of Wands, there's some type of conflict. It could be internal, it could be external, it could be both.
Yeah, actually,
Happening
I'm
with you.
seeing it both ways.
Yeah.
I see that this is all stemming from, if we're looking at it from an overall energy,
Mm-hmm.
this is all stemming from a conflict that you had. And it wasn't a petty conflict. This isn't like the Five of Swords. It's not even a conflict that's over. Because I see the Five of Wands as an ongoing
Right.
conflict. Um, so yeah, this is all stemming from a conflict, and it's from somebody that you love. Could be
Deeply.
some deeply. Could be somebody you consider your twin flames. I see the two Four of Wands here,
Yep.
and there's both the 11 plus
Yep.
the Judgment
You
card.
have the Four of Wands twice. You
Yeah,
have the
and you
Judgment
got the
card twice.
Judgment card twice. So
So a decision is very important and integral to not only your advice, but this spread. Just basically the situation. Some decision has to be made, and I think that you're the one who's not making a decision. Unfortunately, and I'm saying that because I'm reading as you in your feet or your motivations. We've got the Two of Swords right there. So either you're not deciding to leave something with the Two of Swords next to the Six of Swords. Um, yeah, I think you're not allowing yourself to leave something behind or something like that. We'll get to it. And that's a problem. You've got Il Nemico, which comes up as an enemy for this reunion. Even though it's something that you want, you're not making any moves. That's what I'm seeing, and I'm going to read it as you, and then she'll read it as the other person, okay? Because we see it. All right, so Ace Prince of Cups, Four of Wands in your headspace, right up here at the top.
This
You
is
love
the
somebody
yeah,
a lot. I
yeah.
mean, very deeply with the Prince of Cups. You may want to offer this person, not even offer, screw that word. You may want to physically be with this person because you got the Four of Wands, and that has to do with home, has to do with leveling up, meaning going from maybe just friends to something more.
Hmm.
But I don't think that you're dealing with this person right now because in your heart space you've got the Three of Swords,
And
which.
I just want to go back to that headspace
Mhm.
with the Four of Wands, which is an equal sign for me. So this person loves you equally as much
Yes.
as you love them.
Yes. These are one of the there are cards in here that have to do with love, and there are cards that have to do with shared love.
Right.
Okay,
And
so Two of Cups is a shared love card, as is the Four of Wands. You love somebody and they love you too. So there's definitely, but I'm looking at it from your perspective. So from what I'm seeing, you really, really love somebody, and I think you know that this is the person that you want to be with. Okay. I think you are wanting to tell that person you want to be with them, or either go to them and be with them, because the
probably
prince.
communicate because I see the night is about communication or some kind of event.
I always consider the pages somebody telling somebody something. I consider the night
Yeah.
somebody doing, because they are the fire element of the what are the people with the suit cards, the movement. So somewhat they're the fire underneath. So they would be the wand portion of the court cards. That's what they are. So if you were a knight of cups, and this has to do with action, I think you want to go be with them. You know what I mean? Like you know that you love that person.
Yeah. So following your heart type of card.
Right, right. This person, now that they express that they love the person, now they're going to take the action steps to be with the person. But that's what you're thinking, okay? That's
That you
different
want to
than
be
what.
with this person, that you love this person,
Right,
and that you
deeply.
can see yourself growing with this person.
Right, but you guys are not with this person.
But in your heart space, it's telling a different story.
Right, you have the Three of Swords, so I think that that speaks to you guys being in separation from this person. Um, you're not with this person even though you truly want to, with the Ace of Wands here in the middle. And the Judgment card. Even this could be, let me just frame it how I think it is. You want to be with this person, but honestly, with the foot space being the Prince of Wands, the Six of Swords, and then the Three of Swords in the future, something is stopping you from being with this person. The reason there's a standstill or a block to this person could be because of past conflicts.
The present, because I always see the Five of Wands as something that's ongoing. It means it's
Right.
going on right now.
And it could be present conflict. So here's where I'm at with it. I think that this person is blocked because there are people here. So with the Five of Wands, I said it can be internal. I see it as external because you want to be with the person. So what is the standstill? What's stopping you? And it just almost feel like you have too much in the way at this point. So
Okay.
maybe it's like people, things you have to do.
Well, I also see it as with this Three of Swords next to these knights over here. It could be that there was harsh communications in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be that even with the Five of Wands, it's verbal sparring.
Right.
You know, yeah, there's harsh communications, and maybe they've said something that you just can't get over.
Well, I see this person here. Look up here. If you look in the oracles, you've got a reward, a wish, self-reflection, and destiny. This is the person that you're supposed to be with, and you know that. But there's something that's stopping you from making a decision to be with that person. Or maybe I think what I'm saying is it was. I think now you want to, but the conflict or the thing that's stopping you, this enemy to you guys being together, is it's some type of outside influence. Now this is what I'm getting. I think it may be, I don't know, family, friends, something like that. Maybe people's opinions.
I mean, there are two knights, so it could be gossiping
Yeah,
or
what people are gonna say is just like, or if you do this, right? If you leave whatever it is that you have to leave, this is if this is you, Scorpio, right? If you leave whatever you have to leave, um, because judgment's here twice. It's like either what people's opinions are or something like that is part of the conflict or
no.
something like that.
I'm seeing it as more of an internal,
Mm-hmm.
more of a stalemate. Like you know, this is your person. You know, this is the person you love. There's been crosswords between the two of you, some kind of argument,
Mm-hmm.
and it's an ongoing fight. And you're just waiting for that person to break. and they're probably waiting for you to break.
Yeah, it could be that you both are stubborn and not making any moves toward each other because you've got movement,
Yeah.
traveling, and then stop.
So we just have these 2 nights, and it's 2 different energies, if you can see.
Mm.
And
But they're both in their own way start stop energies.
right.
So if this is a situation, because it can be two situations, if this is a situation where you're with somebody and you know you want to be with them and you are in communication with them, it's a start and stop energy. You start, you think you guys are making progress, then they pull back or they rush out, and then you pull back. You understand what I mean? And so that's the stalemate. The stalemate is the movement. This journey that's supposed to happen never happens because you both pull back, and it becomes like this circular behavior, especially with the Wheel of Fortune, over and over and over again. You guys pull back, you
Yeah,
pull
it's a cycle.
together. You know what I mean? So you're not getting the progress, the movement forward that you need here. That's one way it can be. And those conflicts, it could be the sparring, the verbal sparring. You guys are saying things to each other that aren't kind, or even this is light, the five of
Yes, like
wands, so maybe you're not saying how you truly feel, with the way you really think, the way you really feel about this situation. You're just keeping it sexual, ace of wands here, or I don't know, maybe the person is just deciding to play around. I don't know.
and I think the decision has to do with both of you. I think you both have a decision to make, and that's why judgment is coming up twice.
Mm-hmm.
Because what I can see with the 5 of Wands, what she was saying, it could be a lighthearted energy, meaning you're both playing games.
Mm-hmm.
You both know that this is the person
Yep.
that you want to be with, but for whatever reason, you're not being together, and
Yep.
it could be just little stupid petty arguments or some kind of disagreement or whatever is keeping you apart, even
Right.
though you both know
Right.
that you should be together. And then with the judgment card, is you both need to just go ahead and decide that you're
Right.
going to be together instead of playing these games, I
Right.
guess.
If this is internal.
If this is internal,
Right.
of course.
If this is external, it means that you are going to have to make some type of necessary sacrifice
Hmm.
to get what you have to decide to make some type of
Well,
necessary
both of you.
sacrifice.
I'm going to go with both because the judgment card came out twice.
Right. So maybe one of you has to open up and reveal your feelings. Maybe the other one has to lose something
Hmm.
in order to be with you. There's some type of physical obstacles, and I still see them as people only because this person in purple is batting all these people's
Right.
influence in their life away, because everybody's like, no, do this. They're enforcing their will on this person. He's like, he has his wand raised, and I'll show it to you guys so you can see clearly. Doing that. No, I want you to do this. So it's like,
Oh, what it is you want.
yep, you know what you want, but they are people who want other things for you, and I guess because it's conflicting, what they want is not what you want. They may not want you to be with this person, point blank. If you have to fight them, obviously it's because they don't agree with the decision that you made here with judgment. So in order for you to be with this person, in order for destiny, for you to get the reward, the wish, what you really want, because you know what you want with self-reflection here as the judgment card, you have to fight. You have to stand up and say, this is what I want, and you may risk
Right.
alienating people
Because
that,
that's what this 2 of Swords could be about in that scenario,
yeah,
is that you're not speaking your mind.
yep,
You're maybe trying to, you know, keep it neutral
yep,
and not saying anything, but that's an enemy
that's
to
a problem,
that's
yep.
an enemy to what you really want.
Right. It's a problem. Right. This is going to be an enemy. You being all neutral and I'll try to
Western
please
astrology.
everybody and closing your heart up and trying to do what's best for them instead of what's best for you is an enemy to you. It's going to stop you from having the love that you truly want. Okay. Only person who should decide for you what you want is you. That's just how it goes. Not that you shouldn't take people into consideration. This is my sis and I love her to death. And I can understand the temptation, especially as an earth sign, to conform to people that you love and what they feel about the person that you care about, because you care about them too. But at the end of the day, your advice in this particular situation is the best thing for you to do. If it's internal, is still be true to yourself. Still speak your heart. Take the action to share how you feel, or make a decision to move forward. Basically, stop stopping and starting. If it's internal, and if it's external, it's going to be again still move forward. They're still asking you to come out of this standstill energy and move forward.
Right. And again, if it's internal, you know what you want, you know who you want to be with. To me,
Go
this
for
is
it.
a card of a person who's returning back into a situation to handle it.
Yeah.
Um, but you have to release this baggage
Yeah.
because you see we're going from the 6 to the 2 here. And what is that? I'm missing four
For swords,
swords,
which
and
is the
where you
contemplation.
where's the
Yeah.
contemplation? So it's you know what you want, and I think it's just a matter of you making that judgment and saying this is my final
Right.
decision.
Now, if this is being done to you, because that's the second perspective. In this particular case, the person that you want is coming towards you. They want to be with you. They're telling you they want to be with you. But you are not sure if you want to be with them. If this is reversed. Bookaboo.
Yeah, because they may have broken your heart.
Yeah, in the past. And with judgment being a resurrection, this would be a man returning from the past. Okay.
Right.
Um, you, with your actions, it still reflects that. You're not sure if you want to go back to this. With the Prince of Wands face in the past, you almost, with the two minds, one is going one way and one is sailing off the other way. And I think it's causing you a great deal of sadness with the Six Swords behind you. Uh, to leave this behind. Because remember, the boat is pointing towards the future, but she's crying and looking towards the past. And so I think that you haven't made your decision as of yet, even though this is something with the La Reunion and the
And
Belvedere that you long
the
for.
interesting thing about this card is, and I can't remember which reader said it, but this the person in the boat is your higher self, and they're
Mm-hmm.
guiding you towards where you need to go.
Even though you insist on bringing your swords with you, your baggage, they're trying to get you away from that. So just think this is like the river Styx that you're sailing on. This is the dead. This is dead water. They're trying to sail you to somewhere clean and clear, away from all these
So you can be
skeletons.
clear headed and make the
Right,
right decision.
right. Away from all the skeletons and all the baggage and all the sadness that you have carried with you. You know, kind of releasing all of that dead weight. Um, Now, your oracle cards, because this is what your situation is, and I feel like it's very present. Your oracle cards are the Four of Wands again. This one
Okay.
comes up as reward. This one comes up for the Judgment card. It comes up as self-reflection.
Right. That goes along with the internal thing.
Yeah, and if you see in the background, just zoom
Oh,
in.
even in the external,
Mm-hmm.
because you still need to self reflect to see what it is you want.
There are victory flags flying in the background. If you don't see it behind her, it's almost like a
Oh, yeah, I
shadow
see
of
it.
it. There are victory flags flying in the background, and I noticed that on Many Destiny for the Wheel of Fortune. So I think that what they're trying to say is basically choose love. I don't know how to say it like any other way.
I
They're saying
mean,
that.
yeah, you can follow your head because in your head, you're wanting to follow your heart.
Mhm.
And that's what they're basically saying is, I think you're going to follow your
Yeah,
heart. I mean, obviously, it's up to you.
it's up to you. I don't know if you
But if
will
you're
or won't,
going,
because right now you're still into a source energy. But if you were to get any advice, they're telling you literally to follow your heart, because you're gonna get what you want. I mean, if you're in this energy of people telling you what they want, you're not getting what you want. That's the point. Look at this wand.
and it also could be that the people are not. It's not that they're telling you; it's that you maybe feel some kind of sense of obligation,
Yes.
or like you need to, heed what these people are
Right.
saying.
Well, I say with this wand, it's pointing right at the Four of Wands. So if you see it diagonally, the Ace of Wands, what you want, is pointing at Four of Wands, which is be with this person in reunion with them. So you know what you want, even though you're conflicted about the sadness it might cause others to get what you want, to decide to leave them behind to get what you want. You might have to. I'm not advocating for it, because I love my family, so I don't know how I would feel about it. But if they're making you do, or if you feel subjugated to their will, understand that if whoever gets what they want, it's not going to be you.
Right.
That's not these people who are aiming their wand at you. They're determined to get what they want from you. So just it's a decision you have to make. But if in your heart, and I think that you know what you want, they're saying decide to go after it. You have to go after it. And now, if this is a person coming back to you and you still want to be with them, but you guys have all these
Yeah.
kind of conflicts that are around, um, the advice here is to kind of take a step back and realize that this is what you want. Um,
I mean,
I think you know that this person is the person you're supposed to be with, and so I
it
think
might be with a timing issue.
with the
Maybe
Wheel
that
of Fortune,
they're not ready yet, or
mm-hmm.
you're not ready yet.
Right.
Um,
But self-reflection tells me that there's a part that you play in this cycle continuing. If it's something external and the person's coming back to be with you, but you're conflicted,
right. So maybe that's what you need to figure out is what part you play in this
what part you
cycle.
play in this cycle. Yes, yes, definitely what part you play in this continuing to happen. So that's the advice that we have for you guys. I mean, we'd love to go into more depth, but we want to take care of the other signs too. So, um, and